Hold on, let me
Which is
just
the whole...
confirm.
Got to 15% already.
All right then. Right. Jumping on the bandwagon again, aren't we, Jamie?
Yeah.
Fight for the biggest bandwagon of all time, Star Wars.
Star Wars Episode 7.
I know,
But
so
Episode 5
good,
then, that would be bad.
so good. I haven't been on Facebook for 5, 6, 7 days because I didn't
Just
want
to
to go
avoid all spoilers.
all those spoilers, which we won't be doing in this one. We're doing that in the spoiler discussion. We'll keep it.
Yeah, we'll let you
Spoiler-free.
know before we go
Spoiler-free.
into spoiler zone.
No, we'll just do a separate one because that'll be easier then because we have to say now we're doing it.
Actually.
Yeah. So Jamie, what did you think?
I thought it was a very good film.
You thought You thought it was a very good
It
film.
was a very good film. It's if you enjoyed the originals, the 4, 5, and 6, you'll definitely enjoy this one. Let's see, what can we talk about without
Well,
spoiling?
first I'll say Marshall, our special guest today, Marshall, fresh back from university.
Hi.
What did you think of the film?
Yep, I really enjoyed it. I can't say I was the biggest fan of the others. I did enjoy them when I was a child, but yeah, I think this is probably one of my favourites, if not the best one I've seen.
Yeah, it's definitely the Star Wars is back to form,
Yeah.
isn't it? I would
It's
say.
definitely how Star Wars should have been.
Right. Yeah. I mean, right. So first of all, without obviously spoilers, characters.
The characters work well.
I think the characters work well.
They do work well together.
The two main acts work really well together, to be honest with you. They have great
They've been
chemistry.
written well.
Yeah, the chemistry between them, like Finn and Ray,
It
their
works.
chemistry was
Definitely
really
does work.
good. Yeah, I think, and also with the humour of this film, I think the humour is probably the best of the Star Wars films, I would say, because Episode 1's just Jar Jar Binks, which isn't funny at all.
Yeah, that was just aimed at little kids, and even that didn't work very well at all.
No, yeah. So I'd say the humour's well placed.
To be honest, the first
big parts.
4 to 6 aren't actually that funny. I seem to remember.
No,
They're
no,
much
no,
more
no.
serious.
They were
films,
more serious
but
films.
this
This is probably the funniest one of all. Yeah, you would say the jokes and the comedic things aren't just.
They're well timed. They're put in good places.
Yeah, they're not just for
They're
comedic
not, they're not
effect.
forced or
Forced.
They're not forced or like just put in because you might as well just put it in.
Yeah, they're meaningful.
Yeah,
They're a meaningful addition to make it funny.
makes it feel a lot more natural and everything rather than.
I have to say, without spoiling anything again, I'd say that John Boyega's character Finn isn't exactly how I'd have imagined it.
I thought it was pretty. I think it was pretty well done, to be honest.
Yeah,
it was pretty well done.
really well-rounded character. They didn't focus too much on
The
any
trailers did not
backstory.
spoil anything for me.
No, yes, the
The
trailers
trailers
didn't.
were perfect trailers.
Yeah.
With a lot of trailers this year being
Trailers, yeah.
basically the film in a nutshell.
Yeah, we've had a
Batman
lot of one.
versus Superman.
I mean, Batman vs Superman, Terminator Genesis, they just
Oh
gave away
my God,
everything.
yeah.
These trailers, they were good. They gave you
They're
what you wanted to
perfect.
film. They gave you ideas what you thought the film could be. And then the film is.
So yeah, it was. I don't know. Yeah, that's all it was. It was just the trailer didn't give too much away
No,
because
it gave you some few insights on some stuff and hints and allowed you to think of what it could be or what might happen, and then the film delivers what the film delivers, and you walk away like, oh yeah, I didn't see that coming, or all that was right or something. So,
what do you think about the returning cast?
it's nice to see them again.
Yeah,
It did for the main ones who were in it, they did very well.
yeah. I mean, it was good. Like
it brings back the nostalgia and.
But it wasn't for nostalgia's sake.
No,
was
no.
it? Really, it was.
I mean, they were important to the story and everything, so there was a reason to have them there rather than just, oh, they were in this bit, so we'll put them in this one as well. But there was a reason for them to be there rather than just shoehorned in.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, especially Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
And Marshall will give his insight when he actually gets back into the room. Jesus, can't get these people, can you? You can't take them anywhere.
Special guests, they just take
Yeah.
liberties.
But yeah, I think for the most part, all the returning cast, even Chewbacca, brilliant. It was great. It was perfect. But I mean, did you have any like reservations of J.J. Abrams?
having only really known him from Star Trek,
Didn't see Lost?
I did not watch
Oh,
Lost.
right,
No,
Alias?
no,
No? Okay.
no. The only things that I really watched from him were Star Trek, which, and not being a massive Star Trek fan before that, so I don't know exactly how well or badly he portrayed that
Well,
universe or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, this is why I thought when J.J. Abrams was announced he was directing it, I thought it was a good choice because J.J. Abrams wasn't a fan of Star Trek. He just read like loads of source material and watched the shows and stuff like that. And he delivered a pretty decent film.
Yeah, I would say
a
that's
few different films.
I mean, I'm sure some people will disagree
Oh, yeah.
or say this, but
Yeah, yeah.
I enjoyed them.
I enjoyed them. First and second one I enjoyed.
Yeah.
The third one for the trailer didn't. I don't know.
No,
Didn't
that's
really do
a
it
bit...
for me. But I could be wrong. It could be a really good film. But I had no doubt that because J.J. Abrams is a Star Wars fan that he wouldn't screw it up.
No, he's delivered a very good film. It is a good film.
He's definitely delivered.
Yeah.
And
he's kept it to what a Star Wars film should be.
yeah, I think because he's a fan himself,
Yeah.
he's looked at it from an outside perspective, and
He knows what he enjoyed, what other people enjoyed,
yeah.
and stuck to those parts, and then added in stuff from other.
I mean,
stuff.
I mean, let's talk about that. The practical effects of the film.
The practical effects, thankfully in this one, they're not just all CGI like the prequels were. They were heavily based on CGI.
I mean,
Because that's how Lucas wanted it. He wanted to show off this beautiful world, just the CGI wasn't good enough or didn't really work too well.
but that's what gave the original films their charm. Right?
Yeah.
The things like the guy in the werewolf costume,
Yeah,
in the bar, the cantina.
all that had to be puppets and everything at the time, but this one you get a good mixture. Sometimes you watch like, okay, that's obviously a puppet or that's obviously CGI, but I found there was a good mixture of stuff that you could do CGI that you could only do in CGI was CGI, but stuff that didn't have to be CGI wasn't.
It wasn't. It didn't distract you.
Yeah,
It wasn't like episode 1 or 2 or 3
I
where you
think
could
2
see
was the worst.
the CGI rendered. We're just talking about, Marshall, the characters. What did you think of? Oh, the returning cast. What do you think of the returning cast?
Most part good. Yeah,
Yeah.
really liked them.
You didn't think they were forced?
They did pretty much get every key character in, which was maybe
Maybe could have held a bit for the other ones, but we're saying that they were important to the story. They weren't just like shoehorned in or.
Yeah. And we're saying what, like, practical effects wise and the effects. What did you think of those?
for the most part good. There's a couple of spoiler related ones I thought were bad.
Yeah, we'll go into that in the next section.
Yeah.
I mean, what I liked personally was the fact that all the stormtroopers were they were in armor. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
clunky-
actual actors rather than just CGI'd in.
It's like I'm sure that's true. That fact about the clone troopers, they're all CGI.
I think
I think now, yeah.
there might have been parts where they just had a character, but it's like in the second one when in the Foundry,
Oh yeah,
and you just have Boba Fett come
Jango Fett.
Jango Fett, sorry. I'm going to mix them up now.
Jango Fett.
Jango Fett just comes down like, you just could have so easily had an actor there, but it's just CGI.
Yeah, I think we're getting out of the. I think people want to go back to
practical effects.
practical
Yeah.
effects. these
I think
days.
practical effects are like it's like you haven't seen Jurassic World yet, have you?
No, I've not
Have you
seen Jurassic World yet.
Jesus, I've got it on DVD on Blu-ray. I'll have to watch that sometime. But there's quite a lot of CGI in it, but there's a few practical effects that look a lot better. Which
Yeah.
you know they're just better. But like the big one's Mad Max, isn't it?
Yeah, Mad Max. A lot of that isn't. It's
Well,
actual cars.
Yeah,
all the
it's all real-
explosions
yeah.
are CGI. But
are they?
Yes.
I thought the
Is there a single
explosions were.
explosion?
Most of the explosions, I believe, are CGI.
Really, I thought some of them were because the one we pinned down in Mad Max was the one with the car and the spike pit. We said
Yeah.
that was CGI, definitely.
No, one's definitely CGI. With the
With-
spike
Near the
type
start.
appear, then.
Wait,
I
wait,
think-
goes in, the guy flies off. The spiky people. The spiky people.
I think the guy CGI. I don't think the crashes.
No, the crashes.
I
You
thought-
can watch and tell.
Yeah.
I mean, just watching it first off, it's not too sure, but looking back at it,
But that's what I said about Star Wars. Is like it wasn't distracting.
No.
There wasn't a CGI that you thought, "Whoa, that looks weird."
No.
Like Jar Jar
or
Binks,
that
like looking
just
over
like
his head.
stands out, or
Excluding one.
Soon one, we'll
Yeah.
get to that. I mean, sound. sound wise.
Music
I
was
think
good,
great.
yeah.
It's like Battlefront, isn't it, Jamie?
Yeah,
It sounds so good. It's like
You've got
Battlefront.
all your classics like your TIE fighter sound, your X-wing
Yeah.
blaster sound. That's always a.
I love that
I
sound.
love that one.
Was it, did the same person do the soundtrack for this one?
Yeah,
as-
John Will.
Yeah.
The music. Yeah, I like the fact that there was old favourites coming back.
Yeah,
the classic
you had old
themes.
favourites at the time they were needed, and you have to like add to.
And there was some new ones.
But
There's
yeah,
good new ones as well. Good new music that fit well with the scenes that were in, especially the start we first. Well, I won't say that, but yeah, it's all well placed.
Kylo Ren's lightsaber's cool. The sound.
The
Yeah, the sound is
cool.
cool
Yeah.
because it gives it much more of vicious and violent feel to it rather than
You can tell this lightsaber's not like the best made lightsaber.
Yeah.
It feels a bit
Cobbled.
unstable.
Yeah, I think
in
that's
its
what we're
design.
going for, unstable. The one thing I didn't like about the sound, and it's not a spoiler or anything, but when Kylo Ren walks, it sounds like his boots are like full of lead. It's like,
well, to give him a heavier. I think
Yeah.
I'd probably give him a heavier presence or something.
yeah,
or-
I don't know why they did it, but it just made him seem a bit clunky.
yeah.
His helmet reminds me of a Nazi's helmet.
Well, I mean, if you look at all the things, even back from when it was the original series, you look how many things are relating to the Nazi regime. That's
The name's
ridiculous.
Stormtroopers, which is a Nazi.
It was the Nazi thing, a Nazi regiment.
Yeah.
The other thing was you see, it's not really a spoiler, but you see in the trailer, I think, don't you, when they're all in that big, the mass in front of the banners,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
First
yeah.
Order, and they like put their arms up, don't they, like Nazi
Yeah.
salute. It's so
Well, it's
picture perfect.
yeah, it's just to make them look more evil and everything. Just
Yeah.
connotation and everything. So
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, don't know what. I mean, cinematography wise,
yeah.
Very J.J. Abrams.
Oh yeah, you could
Uh,
like even down to like the way that I know it sounds weird, but the way the lasers look. I know that's like obviously down to the effects department and the guys behind the thing, but the way the art direction was similar to Star Trek. I assume it's the same people probably, or same director behind it, or what. But everything looked nice.
Yeah, I especially like the when you followed the spacecraft and everything when they were in flight and you just everything followed them. I found they had a lot more movement and
I don't think they did. I can't remember if they used. Did they use shaky cam at all?
I don't think they did.
Not so much.
Maybe when like an explosion happened or something, you just shake it up a bit. But
I think the most disappointing shot of the movie is the last shot of the movie. But again, that's
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that wasn't very well done.
Yeah, it's very shaky.
It looked like a thing from like Nature Watch or like
Yeah.
Coast. It looked like Coast, didn't it? In the BBC
Yeah.
series Coast.
yeah.
Was it BBC? Yeah.
That was a bit disappointing. But
Yeah, I mean the battles, like you could see what was going on.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like Transformers. You could see what was going on. It was.
Yeah,
it
you
was
knew
awesome.
what was happening. You knew where the key people were.
Mm. Now, I mean, I didn't spot any continuity errors, but I was looking. I was too just engaged with it all.
Yeah, I haven't seen the original 3 in a while, so I don't know exactly what continuity errors there would have been. But
I mean, one of the cool things though, I think, was not even about the film, was it, Marshall? Is when we got into the cinema.
oh yeah,
Do you want to talk about this, Marshall? Was your favourite bit?
it was my favourite bit of the film. Yeah, it was. The cinema was broken for the most time, and I just enjoyed the fact that Sam just got angrier and angrier
Yeah, I did.
at the.
I did get pretty angry, didn't I?
Yeah, well, a few of the screens had problems as well. So
Yeah, but it was like what? How far were we behind? 20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes or so. They didn't.
Yeah,
I was
we
very-
had no trailers or anything. So
No
I was very
trailers.
disappointed because they didn't start the film again. We had issues with sound, so they showed the picture a couple of times without sound, and
Yeah.
then when
We read the
film
first
finally
line,
came-
didn't we? We read the
when
first line of the
when
thing.
the film came in, it was halfway through the script.
Yeah,
Well, it wasn't really halfway. The script had already moved up slightly.
Yeah.
It would skip past the Star
We
Wars
skipped that.
part, which we'd already seen, but without sound. So they didn't-
Yeah,
So that was a bit of a
I know
upset.
I know it's
Yeah.
not. But you know what? I know what I mean. It's like it wasn't. I know it wasn't complete. You didn't have the thing where it went black. You get the THX sound. You know the next thing is going to
Yeah.
be Star Wars, and you feel that is it. As we started, we started like
Yeah, just
after that
after
epic
it
moment.
started
And
bringing the.
it just,
text up.
I know what you mean, it distracted
I mean,
from...
just like jump forward slightly, which in the grand scheme of things,
it
it's
doesn't,
nothing.
yeah,
It's
it doesn't,
nothing
it doesn't
big.
matter. It doesn't distract from the film at all.
Yeah.
It's no point, but it's the presentation, isn't it?
Yeah.
What did you think of the opening scene? Actually, you know that bit with the. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't. Talk
No,
about
we'll
that.
talk about this in the next bit. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we probably pretty much covered everything we can without spoiling story.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good film.
It's a fantastic film. I think it's been taken in a great direction. It's a bit more gritty.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely
Gritty.
more gritty.
Yeah. I
More
think
like the original than the.
Sequels.
with the cast coming back, I think the new cast stood out.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
think,
The old cast did not overshadow.
no,
or...
not at
Yeah,
all.
that is a good thing actually, because they didn't need to be carried by like Harrison Ford,
Yeah.
did they? They on their own. They were.
They worked on their own. They had everything on their own. They didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, we'd put these people in to carry the film forward.
They
no.
also didn't shoehorn characters from previous films into it. They had actually had a good part to play, and they were integral.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were integral. I think yeah, good. Yeah, all round. I think if you went to a box office and you had to pay, I mean, how much? I don't know how much it is for IMAX 3D. We watched it in
Oh,
2D.
we only went
It's
for
probably
2D.
worth it. There was a lot of scenes in that film where I thought it could be good with 3D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Following the fighter definitely would be a good 3D. What the other part?
Yeah, I mean,
Well, without.
yeah, I
Can't
mean,
really talk about
all of
Yeah.
it, all of it. It's worth your money, in all grand scheme.
Yeah. Definitely a very good Star Wars film. Gets rid of the bad taste from the prequels.
Oh yeah, the bad taste in your mouth is gone.
Yeah.
As soon as I would say as soon as first 10 minutes into it, you would say
Yeah.
your bad taste is gone.
I mean, after that, you're like, okay, yes, you settled in. This is gonna be a good film. Doesn't think there's like no Jar Jar Binks appearing out of anywhere. So
No, not yet.
And
Not
that
yet,
BB
anyway.
droid's fantastic.
BB,
Yeah, he is.
he's a good practical effect as well.
it is.
Amazingly good practical effect. I really want to get the toy.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't really want to score out of 10, but what would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10.
I'd just give it
It's the second best film of the year.
Yeah.
the first being Mad Max. Right?
First being Mad Max. It's definitely worth its money.
Oh, I'll just say,
if you're a Star Wars fan, you'll enjoy this. If you're
Yeah,
not a Star Wars fan, you'll still enjoy it.
I think you'll still enjoy it. I think everyone will just enjoy it.
You don't generally need to have seen the other Star Wars films to enjoy this, which is nice.
No, I don't.
No,
There's not really any
There's
hard.
nothing that you really desperately need to know, because they say a couple of things in the film which helps you understand, but you don't actually need to have seen the other ones.
No.
I mean, it definitely helps to have seen.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, for instance, you need to know who Darth Vader is.
Yeah.
Um,
But I think you probably know who Darth Vader is, even if you haven't seen the films.
true. I think. Oh, I'll just go see it. Would you say go see it again as well?
Yeah, I would go see
I'd
it again.
probably-
I would.
probably
IMAX.
Yeah.
I think what if we could get it so it's like near the end of its life cycle,
Mm.
and there's one IMAX 3D showing, and there's like no one in there.
Yeah.
That would be like the opportune place to see it if you were dead center, best seats.
Yeah.
Not, and it's not about the film. It's about the present. It's like the thing. But when you're in the cinema and there's people rustling and people giggling, it's annoying.
Yeah.
But like you'd like to see it, when you're
Best in condition, you'd just be by yourself or with a couple of friends, empty, and then you'd have a massive screen, but you can't always get that.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it for there on this point on the review and say it's a good film.
Definitely worth the
And
money.
would definitely worth money. It's not. You don't feel ripped off. It's not like going to see. What's a film that sucked? Well, I'd say Spectre.
Spectre.
I feel that was.
Yeah, because Spectre was not a James Bond film in my eyes,
Oh, okay.
but this was definitely a Star Wars film.
Yeah, definitely a Star Wars film. So good.
Yeah.
So good. So good.